In the spring of 1943, the Germans had uncovered mass graves, graves which contained the remains of thousands of Polish officers. The Germans claimed that these Poles had been murdered by the Soviets, and they produced forensic evidence to prove it. The Soviets denied the charge, instead blaming the crime on the Germans. But it had indeed been Stalin who in March 1940 had signed the document that led to the murders. And it had been members of the Soviet secret police who had carried out the massacre. Which is why at Nuremberg, Basilevsky was so important for the Soviet authorities. He'd been deputy mayor in the region of Katyn at the time of the German occupation. At Nuremberg, he was forced to lie about what had happened and implicate his boss, the local mayor Menshagin. This was what he was told to say.
Благодаря занимаемому мной положению я довольно рано узнал о судьбе польских военнопленных. Но Меньшагин сообщил мне, что немцы собираются уничтожить поляков и просил никому не говорить об этом. Хорошо, дайте мне это.
For the benefit of the Nuremberg War Crimes Tribunal and the newsreel, Basilevsky now told his lies in court. The Germans had committed the murders, and his boss, Menshagin, had told him all about it. And to corroborate this fantasy, the Soviets produced other so-called evidence. Menshagin's diary.
Важный документ. Блокнот с собственноручными записями бывшего бургомистра Смоленска, предателя Меньшагина. В этих записях, относящихся к осени 1941 года, упоминаются некоторые меры, предпринятые немцами в отношении польских военнопленных.
The diary was as much a piece of fiction as the testimony given in court. In fact, the diary had been faked by Soviet experts. And when the Soviets were asked where the real Menshagin was, they said he'd escaped to the west with the Germans and couldn't be found. Which was another lie. The Soviet secret police knew exactly where Menshagin was. In one of their prisons. Because he wouldn't support the lies they wanted to tell at Nuremberg, he had to be hidden away from public view.
At the time of the Nuremberg trial, Menshagin was kept in the Soviet NKVD internal prison. That was from 1946 to 1951. And then, for another 19 years, he was kept in Vladimir prison in a single cell. And for a long time, he was kept in Vladimir prison, not because he was a witness of the Katyn crime, but because his name was used.
The Soviet case at Nuremberg fell apart, the lies just too obvious. It made no difference to Menshagin, who spent 25 years languishing in jail.